this is DJI's wireless microphone kit and I've used it for the last 2 weeks. Spoiler alert, it's the best microphone system I've used so far. Now, over the last year, I've used different microphone setups, but they always left something to be desired. The Blue Yeti was big, made my phone overheat, and it wasn't convenient for portability. I've also used the DJI Lav mic. The sound wasn't very impressive. Now, I did find a good setup with the Rode Video Micro. The sound was good, the portability was great, until it wasn't. If you're looking for an affordable mic to use when you're out and creating, the Rode Video Micro may still be a good option for you, but stick around to the end to find out what ultimately made it a deal breaker for me. In this video, we're going to cover the build quality, portability, and the functionality of the DJI Wireless Microphone Kit. We're going to test the mics in our audio portion, and I'm going to share my thoughts with you on who I think the mic is for to help you with your purchasing decision. And I also have a major warning about this kit that you need to know, so stick around for it. And if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? I create the videos to help you with the tools that you're going to need for making your own videos. Now let's go. The build quality. Now the case feels sturdy. It's made with a hard plastic material and the weight of the items inside of it does give it a premium feel. There's a clip on the receiver that connects to your camera. Now this part I did find to be a bit flimsy, so I'd be careful with it as it does seem like it could be easy to break if you're not careful. The transmitters and the receiver, they're pretty lightweight. Alone, they feel light in plastic, so it's not the most premium feeling, but hey, it is still light in weight, so that's a bonus point. The Lightning and USB-C adapters that connect to the receiver, they do fit pretty snug inside the little groove that's on it, and it snaps into place once the pins meet. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give it a 10 out of 10 for using while outdoors. The usefulness of just being able to clip the mic and then go, it's a game changer for us because we're so used to remaining in close proximity to the camera with the Rode Video Micro just to get the sound good. This was definitely a refreshing change for us. Now the case fits just about anywhere, and with the pouch that it comes in, although it's not very organizer friendly, its texture, it's rugged enough to fit it anywhere without actually worrying about damaging or scratching the actual case. Now for functionality, the transmitters have up to a 5.5-hour battery life on a single use, and the receiver has up to 5 hours. With the case, you can get up to a total of 15 hours. Now I think most people won't use it constantly throughout the day, so if you're like me and you use them occasionally when you record, you're going to get a lot of battery from the overall package. So for context, I used the kit for the last 11 days on one single charge to the case and the items within it on the day that I actually received the kit. I didn't need to, I still had 2 lights on the kit, which I imagine would represent maybe a 50% mark left on the case. The battery life, it's insanely good. The mic also has in built-in redundancy with its safety track option to give you the best chance of getting your audio exactly how you want it, so it can record the safety track at a lower decibel if you turn on the setting before you start recording. So here we're going to do the audio test, and I'm going to start first with the iPhone 13 Pro's internal microphone so you can get an idea of what that sounds like. Right now I'm maybe about 6 feet away from the camera, give or take. I'm going to start to back up a bit, and then as I do that, you're going to start to see how the audio trails off, but we're going to see if it actually is any good to match up against the Rode Video Micro and the DJI mic. And now I'm probably about 20 feet away or so from the actual camera. We're going to see what that audio sounds like. By now the audio should be trailing off quite a bit to where I'm very, very low. Probably almost very difficult for you to make out what I'm saying at all. And by this point, I'm pretty sure it's maxing out. I'm maybe 20, 30 feet away from the camera, so you're probably not picking up on much of anything that I'm saying at this point. And this is going to conclude the test for the iPhone 13 Pro's internal microphones. This is maybe about 2 feet away from the actual camera. This is what the iPhone 13 Pro's internal microphone sounds like. So now this is the audio testing with the Rode Video Micro. So again, I'm starting at about maybe 5 or 6 feet away from the camera, so you can see what the audio sounds like at this distance. Now as I start to trail off back, we're going to use the audio and match it up against the iPhone 13 Pro's internal microphones and the DJI mic. So as I go up higher, now I may be about 10 to 12 feet, give or take, away from the camera and the microphone, and you should start to hear the audio go a little bit lower. You may even be picking up on some of the faint noises going around. There's maybe like a lawnmower or something happening in the back there. I'm not sure how well that's picking up. We'll have to hear it when I go to edit the video. But now I'm going to go up probably to the same distance that I did just with the iPhone 13's internal microphones, and we're going to see how well that picks up on the Rode Video Micro. This now is again about 2 feet away from the actual camera, but now I'm using the Rode Video Micro, so we're going to see what the audio sounds like for that and see if we get a much cleaner sound than we might on the iPhone 13 Pro's camera and the DJI mic. And now we're going to test the DJI mic as I begin to back up away from the receiver. The distance that you're supposed to be able to record without getting any interference or any disruption should be up to 250 meters, which is about 820 feet. So I can continue to go as far back as I want because I have the actual transmitter here with me, or have the microphone here with me. So the audio should still be picking up loud and clear, even though now maybe I'm about 45-50 feet away from the camera, give or take. Now what we're also going to test is for interference. So I'm going to cut through some of these trees here, and we're going to see if, as I begin to go through the trees, there's this tree here blocking me, if we start to get some interference in the audio, or if it picks up absolutely fine. My hope is that it'll pick up absolutely fine and there'll be nothing that we need to worry about, but you'll let me know. Here I'm just right behind the tree and I'm talking directly behind it. You can see my hand here out on the side. Again, I'm maybe about 2 feet away from the actual receiver at this point, just going directly into the transmitter or the microphone, and we're going to see what the audio sounds like, and we'll match that up against the iPhone 13 Pro's internal mic and the Rode Video Micro. Now, one of the things that I notice is whenever I put the microphone, if I want to hide it away in my shirt, the sound can start to get a little bit muffled. And then also if I clip it onto my pocket, the sound can also sound less muffled than clipped into your shirt, but it does sound a little bit different and less quality as when I have it directly here. So we're going to put it here on my collar. We're going to try again, put it on my collar. Okay. So now the microphone is clipped here, it's still recording, and we're going to see what the audio difference sounds like from when I had it here right in front of me versus now that it's kind of underneath my mouth, tucked away under my chin, and we're going to see if that audio sounds any better. And now we're going to see what the audio sounds like when I clip the mic here onto my shirt. We'll see if that picks up any better than when I had it clipped here in front. Now we're going to clip it onto my pocket and see, once it's down here, what the audio actually sounds like. And then in the comments, you all will help to let me know, out of all the audio tests that we've done, which one sounded the best to you. Was it the internal mics from the iPhone 13 Pro, the Rode Video Micro, or the DJI mic? And then in what setting? Clipped here, on my collar, speaking directly in front, when I'm close up, when I'm farther away. Okay, so now I'm just doing the test here, and we're going to walk through and see what type of audio we actually pick up. So I'm just going to give you guys some of the surrounding sounds here so you can see what we're working with. And we're going to get some footage here and some audio to see if I just wanted to use the mics just to pick up environmental sounds, things around me, how crisp it would come out. Now I have to be careful though, because there's a lot of horses that actually roam the area, and I'm sure you can figure out what that means. I'm also using my Apple Watch here just to kind of frame up my shots. Try to make sure that I stay in frame as much as possible, but let's listen to the sounds and you tell me if you wanted to use the mics for picking up environmental sounds. What do you think? Mosquitoes are insane. Okay, so one thing that I do want to forewarn about the DJI mics, while I do think it's a great overall mic, a lot of times the audio can unlink. So this device and the receiver can unlink, and so sometimes you'll talk and you actually won't be recording anything. It's a quick resolve to it, but the fact that you have to encounter it at all with a microphone for this price point, it's a little upsetting. So a lot of times when I'm recording, I have to make sure to triple check that the audio is actually picking up, because sometimes the transmitters and the receiver will unlink, and that means whenever you're recording, if you don't test it out, a lot of times you can go through, record all your content, and it won't actually pick up any of the audio. Now, in some cases, your audio may still get picked up on the actual transmitter, where you can just plug in the USB-C cable to the transmitter and to your laptop, and you can recover your audio there because it'll just be saved on the microphone itself. There's been a couple of occasions where I've ran into it where I forgot to test it and I've recorded things and just left, and then when I went to play back my audio, there's no sound and there's no recording for me to actually find that was captured. So that's been a really big pain spot. So if I could say anything to DJI, would be to fix this linking and unlinking situation that's going on, as it causes a really big pain spot, and it's quite terrible to feel like you've recorded everything you need to, only to find out when you go to edit that you have to redo everything because you have no audio. Now, who would I say the microphone is for? It's for users of any level. So if you're intermediate and you're just looking for a plug and play solution to just pop it into your phone or your camera and you just want to start recording and have your audio ready, it's great for that. It's also great for intermediates who know how to tweak the audio levels a little bit. Maybe you want to play around with the different gain settings so you can get the audio tweaked to your liking. It's also really useful for that. And now for professional users who know how to do all those things, and then also in post when you're editing, you have all the bells and whistles that you'll need with it so you can tweak the audio even further to your understanding. It's great for those people as well. So if you made it this far into the video, I really appreciate you watching. This should give you more than enough information to get started with making your purchasing decision if you're out shopping around for different mics. I do have links in the description which would greatly help the channel if you are ready to make the purchase. And now if you did find any value in the video or you just had a great time with me, I would love it if you would consider subscribing to the channel. Thanks for watching. Done.